What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, and today we're going to be working on my 1990 CRX SI and my 1990 Civic hatchback. So on the CRX, we're going to be changing out the washer fluid reservoir pump. So it's been leaking a little bit, and I noticed the pump has slowly been failing over time. In order to change this piece, you're going to have to remove the front bumper. So I like to jack the car up just because it gives me better access and more room to pull the piece out from underneath. I'm also going to be servicing the brake system. I've been meaning to check the brakes, and I want to change the fluid because it's just time. Brake fluid retains water, and over time it can damage your braking system. So that's why I'm putting the car on jack stands. You don't necessarily need to lift the car up to do this job, but it's just my preference. So after the wheels are off, we're going to be removing these bumper lights. You only have to remove the outside screw on each light. Once the screw is removed, you can pop the light out, slide it to the left, and she'll be free of the bumper. Turn the bulb socket, and she's disconnected. We're going to do the same for the other side. Disconnect the outside screw. Then disconnect the socket, and she's done. Next up, we're going to be taking the two Phillips out on each side. Make sure you do not lose these. It is not an ordinary screw. They are a pain to find. Take the two 10s off underneath. Once those are done, you can remove the two 12 bolts that are behind the bumper lights. You'll notice the bumper sag a little bit once the last screw comes out. I like to have the jack underneath beforehand just to support it, just in case. That way when you do remove the last screw, it doesn't fall or rip any of the wires from the bumper lights. So make sure you're clear on both sides. Make sure that you're not really tagged onto anything underneath. Make sure you have all your screws out, and just kind of tug and pull very lightly, and you'll feel it break loose. And that way, just make sure your lights come through the holes, and you'll be able to drop it down without having any issues. Once the bumper is removed, you can see full access to your washer fluid reservoir as well as your wires to the pump. So there's a 10 bolt right there, a 10 bolt on the bottom. And under the hood, you have to remove this little relay box or wire bracket box. And behind that, there is another 10 bolt bracket that you have to remove. So basically 3 in total. You can remove your coolant reservoir over, so that way it's just easier to work. Otherwise you really can't get to it with a gun. I'm being lazy today and using the gun for everything, which is not always recommended. Just makes things a lot quicker. I gave the electrical connections a quick cleaning, just to get any of the dirt out of the way. Take a small pick and you can just pop the tabs up. They should come out pretty simple. Once they're free, you can just push them up and they'll slide right off. Now these electrical connections are meant to have grease on the tabs, so do not wipe the electrical tab grease away. It keeps the grease, it keeps the electrical tabs from corroding, so that way you can make electrical contact. Now this particular model has a front pump and a rear pump, and here are the two distinct lines that divide the pumps up. One goes to the front and one goes to the back. Now this is a DX model, and you'll notice it only has one pump. So if you ever want to buy one, make sure you're getting it for the specific model you have, because this will not fit the other models that have a rear wiper. So after some finagling the first time, I realized that the thing was not just going to come out. Unfortunately, as I said in the beginning of this video, you're going to have to remove the AC receiver dryer. So once I realized it was undoable without taking that out first, I disconnected it, the two 17s on top and the small 10 bracket bolt, and she stayed right there and dropped down. With that out of the way, you're able to remove the washer fluid reservoir at ease. See how easy that comes out? Now one small issue I was having was the front pump was failing, and if you notice on the bottom there's a small leak, a little wet spot. So I'm going to change out just these front pumps from this one. The old pump is out. I'm just cleaning up where the gasket goes and resealing it with some silicone, and she should be good to go. Putting the other pump in. It should just pop in with a little grease. There you go. And there she is, hooked back up with a full tank. I got the receiver dryer hooked back up, and she's good to go. Had no issues leaking. Super happy. Got all the mounting brackets bolted up. Everything was good. Made sure all the plugs were connected. No leaks. So now we're going to be working on the 1990 Civic hatchback. So on this car, I've been wanting to change out the headlights just because they've basically seen better days. The passenger headlight has some serious corrosion and some fogging, and the driver's side headlight has a small chip in it and some condensation issues. It's got some water inside and it just makes the car look a lot uglier. So I got two fresh headlights that I'm going to throw in. So it's basically a similar job to what the CRX just had. You're going to have to take off the front bumper, and then you have to take off the bumper lights, yada yada. You get the drill. So we're going to jack the car back up and do this the gentleman's way. Basically the same process we did for the CRX, we're going to repeat for this car. And the nice thing about this is I have a set of fresh LED headlights from AUXBEAM that I want to try out. I've been waiting to try out these headlights for a while. I've been hearing good things about them, and I'm just super excited to upgrade my headlights, because living in PA, sometimes when you go to work and you're basically driving at night, and there's a ton of animals here and a ton of things that could happen just on the road, and you have to be aware when you're driving. So upgrading these headlights for me was a big deal. I wanted to increase my vision perspective because the halogen just wasn't cutting it for me, and I think it was just time to upgrade to a new system. So as I was saying before, there's 2 tabs on this car. You have to take out both screws as per the one side for the CRX. So we're going to blast out both screws and basically unhook the socket the same way and get this bumper off. Here's a quick shot of the new headlight glass. No fog or condensation issues on these. They're pretty dry, pretty clear, and it's just going to make the car look so much better. Just a quick comparison. This also shows me where the mounting brackets are. Just gives me an idea of if I have the right one or where I got to take bolts out. I'm pretty sure 90, 91 is the same, and 88, 89 is a little different. So there's 4 bolts in total for each side. You are going to have to remove the corner lights as well, but that is only a small Phillips screw. When removing the actual halogen bulbs, sometimes it's easy to put a little WD-40 on these plastic turn tabs. They can get a little stuck at times when trying to break free, so lubricating them and greasing them up just helps move them around so you don't break any of the plastics. This one's got a little hesitation, but a little WD will take care of that. Disconnect your light bulb sockets. It's basically a push tab, and after that you pull down. Pretty simple. Same thing for the high beam. Push tab and pull down. Sometimes it can be a pain when the intake is still on because there's not much space. We're going to zap these bolts out and take that corner light out, and the headlight should come up 1, 2, 3. Quick little review of the bulbs. AUXBEAM has a good reputation, and I heard a lot about them. So these are the 9006. These are the low beams. The high beams are actually the 9005s. When I unboxed these, I just noticed that they're just packaged really well. The quality feels really good. The plastic feels, you know, just crafted. Everything feels crafted well. And I've heard really good things about these, so I'm just excited to try these out. Now, when you're connecting these, you want to make sure that you don't get the high beam or the low beam confused. The 9006 goes on the outside, the 9005 goes on the inside. So that's that. And when hooking these up, just make sure that you're connecting the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. So when you plug it in, just make sure the wires match. Quick little before and after with the halogens. Not bad, but not ideal. And now you have the brand new LED AUXBEAM headlights, which look amazing. Very satisfied, very happy with these, and very looking forward to using them. So once again, guys, I know this was a quick little just short video, nothing crazy. I just want to say thank you for viewing. Got some more footage coming up in the works, and I will see you on the next one. So be safe, stay healthy, and peace. I'm out.